Okay, welcome back. We've got a bit to cover today. The weather has cooled down today with a bit of a cyclone up north somewhere, I think, and the little bit of wind. Don't think we're going to get any rain, but it's still 26, 27 degrees today. So the birds, I'll get them out for a fly. It's the first time they've had out for a fly in a few days. Little Messi's here. He's, you can see he's a little bit weak. I have been, doing the same what we've done before, but I think next we're just going to have to keep at it until we can do what we can do. I'm going to try and get some samples away. I've got to make a phone call. It's just a bit difficult because the only place I can kind of do it, I think, is around about 4,000 kilometers away. So it's a fair effort to ship that off. So it's something I'm working on. I've just got to make a phone call. I tried to make a phone call today, but we'll get there. It's just, I wish life was a little bit easy with pigeons in Australia, but it's definitely not as good as what we could get. But I am pretty confident that we're going to get eggs out of this hen. She's starting to feel like she is like egging up a little bit around the back, like puffing up and starting to form an egg down there, which is really good to see. And I've actually seen her, crouch down in the nest bowl today, which is the first time I've ever seen her do that. So I'm pretty confident that we're going to get some eggs off her anyway. I think a lot of from now on, I'm just going to start naming all the birds, just because I don't, probably go into that a little bit more later on, but it's just easier than sort of telling everyone what I've got in and around here. So it's easier if we just refer them to names, because it's so much easier anyway. Like Leo, this is the street fighter hen generally, which is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, it's just things that are going on. I'm that clown on YouTube that just names all my pigeons, but I don't really care. It's so much easier. And they're all so many characters here. He's seen me. Won't be long before he's jumping back over here. If he sees me get too close to his nest bowl. Come on. No, he's not happy. Oh, he's tolerating me. Normally he'll be straight in there. Maybe he's a bit camera shy. But we've got a lot to cover. And I've been doing some counting with the birds. And I think that this is ideally, see this? All these birds in nest bowls. This is what I wanted around about a month to 2 months ago. We would have been done breeding by now if we could have successfully done this. Look at this. We've got birds in every single bowl. We've got eggs and babies in every one of these boxes. So this is what I would have liked. Hopefully next year, the coming breeding season, this is what we will achieve. We'll get into it early by separating all the birds and whatnot, and we'll have all the birds ready to go so we don't muck around. But I've done the counting, and with the babies that are in these nests, some in the other nests over there, and some of the older birds like this hen down the bottom here that we didn't race last year, we will race her. We should have around about the 60 to 70 birds to fly this year. It's pretty much the same number as we had last year. And we're aiming for 8 races. So I'm hoping those birds can make it that far. See how many we've got, by the time the season starts, by the time we finish tossing. So this is 83. He's pretty protective, more so now that he's got some little chicks under him. None of you guys have seen these ones yet because they've hatched overnight and during the day. So we will have a little look in a moment. This is going to be, at this point, the last round that this pair does. I think these will be probably out of the nest sooner or later. Let's get your head out of that little egg. I'll just get them out of the way for now, because I'm thinking about that I do want to pair up the hen with someone else, and more so for patea pairings. If I want to, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get birds in there, but I want to pair and have the birds ready if so that's what's going to happen, because they need to. I just don't know when the special, for some reason here in Australia we have to use the Thailand rings, so we have to line up for when those Thailand rings arrive. So that's what I'm just trying to get my head around at the moment, so we can make sure we've got the pairs and the babies lined up for when those Thailand rings come available, and then I can be like, okay, well then definitely we've got some young babies ready and some pairs ready to get those rings on, and then we get a couple birds away, which would be pretty good. So I'm thinking that maybe 83 and the best hen is not the ideal combination for what I'm trying to achieve for this season if we do get birds away to there. So we'll there is another pairing, and we'll have a look at that closer to the date. But these are the two little chicks, and they're looking pretty healthy. I'm just seeing how well they're fed. Like, obviously Messi is one of the brothers and sisters to this, so I'm keeping a close eye on them, just because I've only got one real healthy baby out of this pair, which is really odd because I never ever have this much trouble. So we'll keep a very close eye on that, and we'll just set those eggshells across there. They'll bring them out shortly. He's looking really big and fat. Look at him. He's really puffed out. That's a good little baby there. And yeah, this breeding content's going to dry up pretty soon, and it's going to go into the flying content, and then training, and then racing. So that's kind of where we're sort of heading at the moment. We're just finalising the last round of babies, wean them all out, and we're going to start flying them all. I don't know when those ones are going to hatch. Can't be too far away. And we've got these big babies down here, which are looking really good. They've actually grown a lot since we last looked at them, and you can just see that these are pretty much spitting images of the last round that come out of this nest bowl. And they're looking pretty good. Nice, big, healthy, and really well fed. So that's, can't really ask for much more. And we'll race these ones here locally, and the brothers and sisters, these are in the one loft. So it's going to be interesting to see how these ones perform in relation to their brothers and sisters in a one loft in a different race and under a different style of management. So it's going to be pretty cool. We do have a few other little rounds as well, which are going to be very similar. Not those ones, or these eggs up that are coming out of here will be similar way to that as well. So we'll just keep a close eye on it. But everyone else is doing pretty well. We've got 2 eggs in there, which is good to see. I just want to check on this little baby, because this is the one that I'm so excited to see how this one turns out, if it's going to be pied or whatever. But same thing, just checking to make sure that that crop milk's in there, because sometimes that crop milk just doesn't come on sometimes to some birds. It's very rare, but oh, he's not happy. Here he comes. I was waiting to see how long it would take. He doesn't. Oh, he's not happy at all. Okay. This little fella here definitely needs a really good name. He's just been a little bit cautious, but it won't take long until he comes over. I want to say hello to everyone. He's just such a good father and such a character. Oh yeah. Every time we come in here, he's guaranteed to be there. Now, a little bit of a surprise with these babies here. She's equally as funny of a character. So originally I thought that this one was going to be a mealy because of the lighter coloration, and this one was going to be the blue. But so what's actually happened now that we're starting to get the quill pins come through with the feathering, you see that this one's actually blue. So that's going to be interesting. This one's looking like a blue bar, and then this one is going to be a little mealy by the looks of it. So blue bar, mealy. That's pretty cool. Like, that's a, one of each colour in the blue bar pattern. So we'll see how that one turns out. You right there? I'll put your babies back. I just wanted to show people. It's all right. I'm coming out. Out I come. I'm out. I'm out. High five. She's such a character, this hen. Maybe one day you can be paired up with old Apache over here, because she's just very similar. I tell you, it's hilarious. 2 eggs in there. Last round from this pair as well. I do want to, well, we'll probably move the hen on, but we will look at utilising the cockbird next year. And this is the other hen. She's going to go into the race team this year. So this will probably be, I was only going to do 1 round with this. Like, that's why I paired up all these birds, getting them down. Oh, she's got a whirling slap on her. So that, we can get that race team out quick as possible and get those birds in the air. But I want to get her back into the flying section as well, because she's actually part of the race team. Beautiful little hen. But we want to have a look at the babies because they're doing pretty well. I do want to pair the cockbird up again at some point soon, just for a for just an experiment, you know, because I found some interesting news out about that cockbird. So I want to try and utilize him for one more round, but this one's looking pretty good, well fed, and exceptionally dark on this one. Look at that. So dark. This one actually might turn out to be like a real dark checker. I assume they're both checkers actually. I was expecting a bit more pied in there, but it doesn't look like it. Do you mind using my head as a landing board? Beautiful little hen, but she might be going this season once she's done. Alright, so let's get this down because we've got some birds out for a flight. We won't need that for a couple of days. There they are, look at them go. Look at the size of that flock. That's going to double shortly, so we'll have double the amount up there. And we've really got to work those birds. So I'll see you guys in the next video.